Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. It is I, Dokutah Misaki, and it's me versus the rest of the world. Or at least the rest of the people here. Oh no. The military. Maylander. And heck, maybe even some people from Rhine, who knows? But yeah, this'll be fine. I still feel bad for Tin Man. We didn't get to eat our extra cheesy cheese dogs together. Oh, sadness. And I hope Silence is alright. We'll find out tonight. I believe. Part of me was scared that I wasn't gonna be able to stream today. Just because of that. I got my first copyright strike on YouTube. And it spooked me because when I was trying to make my stream thingy today, my stream lobby, it first made me go to copyright school. I'm like, okay, YouTube, I'll go to copyright school. And then I passed the test, and now I'm here. Oh, well, that was big fear. It's not getting through. Who are you calling, Saria? Tin Man. The metal guy? Did something happen? I'm afraid so. Maylander would not have joined our pursuers otherwise. The army has an agreement with Maylander. Why are they targeting us? What happened to the Tin Man? I had a look around the way you taught me, Saria. All the soldiers are gone, and so are the agents who are on us. The pursuers would not have disappeared if she was just staying as the rear guard. Unless she offered something that satisfied them. The silver liquid? I saw it around her. Transmitter? She was in contact with Dorothy at Site 359 and undoubtedly got the transmitter from her. Does Dorothy expect her to do something? Dorothy is still in military custody. She couldn't possibly be trying to reach out to the military and Ferdinand through her. Could it be Parvis or... Saria? Hello? Don't worry, Ifrit. She'll be fine. I'm trying to tell you not to squeeze your communicator so hard. You're crushing it. Oh yeah, I was surprised yesterday, like there was a good surprise. I wasn't the last one to turn in my paper. Like the paper we had to turn into kind of like a forum basically. And this morning when I checked it, I wasn't the last one. I felt so proud. Part of me thought, oh no, I'm gonna be the last one. It's gonna be embarrassing. But no! I was like one of the last 5, but still. Thanks. I'm not worried. Silence isn't so reckless. She stayed after she talked to you. I'm sure she thought it through. She doesn't know what she's up against. The machinations on the state are far crueler than she can imagine. You think she doesn't know that? I'm sure she thought about it. Silence works hard. She's always working when I see her. The others say it's like she's being chased by something you can't see or touch. Maybe this will all be cleared up by the time we see her again. Then I'll tell her, yeah, I'm upset you left me behind, but I knew you could do it. Saria notices that Ifrit's hands are trembling. She wants to say something to comfort her, but words fail her. She realizes that, even though Ifrit's words were, in part, intended to comfort, she does not know that the silence that Ifrit speaks of. Silence is ready. Silence knows what she is about to face. She has never thought about it that way. Over there, Saria. The army is pulling out, but not in the direction of the military garrison. Is the transmitter really the clue to Kristen's whereabouts? Let's follow them. Silence wouldn't want you to put yourself in danger again. She promised we would go together. She said Saria will return here the moment she wakes up. That's the sort of woman she is. It's not the rational way. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? We're not here to take risks, not to waste Silence's courage. We're just waiting for her at the end. Ifrit. She realizes that Ifrit is much taller than she was a few years ago, when she was rescued from the laboratory. In the face of impending danger, there is no impatience or recklessness in her eyes, only courage and wisdom. Let's go. All right. By the way, Saria, I saw a falling star when I got to Trimonts. A star? Do you mean the object that fell on the Triton factory in District 13? It was a star! And Silence told me a story where all our differences disappear when the stars fall. You and Silence are gonna make up, right? Yes. We will. Great. Will they? Saria turns back to look at the familiar streets of Trimonts. What do I think Saria saw in Kristen all those years ago? And if the promise they made was the same but changed over time, or was it always different from the start? I feel like Kristen probably never really changed her promise from the start, honestly. She just wants to be in the sky. That's all she wants, but if Saria took it differently, then oof. The path she is about to tread suddenly feels unfamiliar. She has overcome many challenges. What lies before her is far from a crisis. But for the first time, she feels out of control.
Holy hell, I'm freezing! Look out, there's a car. That was a close shave. Can't even think clearly in this cold. I tell you, sir, this weather, it's all that tech company's doing.
Anu, hello?
They use drones to spray chemicals and make our lungs freeze with every breath. They want to kidnap us, put our brains in jars, and turn us into nutrients for their artificial sun. Look up there in the sky. What? Those stars ain't stars, they're cameras that the monsters set up here to watch our every move. They even kidnapped our president, put his skin on, and locked all of Colombia under their control. Here's a few bills. Find a warm place to spend the night. I don't need money, sir. I'm just waiting for dawn to break. Between the two of us, I'm organizing a protest against the vice president and these tech companies. The people must wake up. Take this too. All my money. You can have it.
Ferdinand's reaction to this, like, oh gosh. This guy, what he's saying. These conspiracy theories. Take my money, sir.
Wait, sir. I knew I would find you here.
I wonder how much Ferdinand gave him.
Good morning, Ferdinand. One more cup of tea and the sun should be up. Time for me to go work on the other side. Enough of the act, Parvis. When did you start working with Kristen? You, Jara, Justin Jr., and Nasty. You fooled me into thinking that I had Kristen isolated, that I was just one step from success. I became the laughingstock, my gamble, all my efforts, just another rung on the ladder for her to climb. Tea, Ferdinand? You. Underhanded old goat? Let me make one thing clear. I don't know where Kristen is. She doesn't trust me so much, and I'm not so interested in her secret. But you didn't come here to ask questions. Otherwise, you would have brought the muscle you borrowed from the Colonel, just as you did with Jara. It's not like you to swallow insults from pioneers, and come back to grovel at the feet of the Colonel after he abandoned you once. You set your mind to it. Why did you give up so close to the truth? No wild guesses. Perhaps you should look at yourself in the mirror, Ferdinand. You're jealous of her. You're jealous that she gets men to fight for her, even when she's not around. You're jealous that it only took her a few words, that it took you so much time and money to buy.
Wow, Parvis. He's just telling him off like that. And he's probably saying it so calmly too.
You're jealous of her charisma. There's a part of you, somewhere deep down, that's enthralled by her. The more you deny it, the more you hate her. Why are you telling me this? Because it's how I feel. Look outside, Ferdinand. When I was little, I never saw stars in the night sky. All I saw was a silhouette of the Great Spire, the light of witchcraft lighting up the skies. Adults told me it was the eye of the Witch King, watching over every inch of Lithanian. And I thought, what was the meaning of life if the Witch King was the sole miracle chosen by fate? Didn't you despise the efforts of those stupid casters who wanted to summon the Witch King's souls?
I ain't charmed by Kristen just because I haven't seen her too much on screen. I'm more charmed by Hooheak. Which is why it hurts.
Yes, I opposed it. My kin and former colleagues spent their entire lives trying to recreate a fleeting miracle in this time and age. But in my long years of research, I've realized that a miracle is so much because it is a coincidence that cannot be controlled or recreated.
Ah, so Parvis's old colleagues worked on that other experiment. With the Witch King, that's with the creepy voice in the head, right?
Only such a coincidence can break the cage of fate that traps us all. You see Kristen as that coincidence. She has the potential to create miracles. You have your dream and I have mine. If she is the fated miracle, then what are we? Waste coming off the production line, meaningless noise? Why despair, Ferdinand? Perhaps the fate of mankind does hinge upon one singularity, who will break all shackles and become the eyes of all, to see sights that we could not have imagined. But that does not mean our lives are destined to fall by the wayside. Miracles are born in the journey of evolution, a journey made up of all of our dreams, yours, mine, even that foolish tramp outside. Why are you telling me this? Feeling better? Have some tea. It'll put some color in your face, so you won't be so embarrassed when the kids see you on their way to work. I've lost everything. There isn't much for you to remember. I'm in no hurry. We can talk about work once you're done with your tea. It's always good to chat with an old friend. We took our first steps together, after all.
I want some tea.
Hello there, good sir. Megaphone and signboards? This is what you spent the money on, not food and blankets? There are things more important than creature comforts.
Yo, this guy knows how I feel too. I could spend my money more on like food and other stuff, but nah. Gotcha funds.
I mean, other stuff. Give me that board. Rhine Lab. At least spell the company's name right if you're going to protest it. That's much better, thank you, sir. Tell me, what do you dream of? What is the future you're fighting for?
How do you like my vivarium, Doctor? Nobody can just barge in, and Rosmanda seems to like it. Well, it looks very clean in here. The color scheme matches you, Muses. Yes, indeed. I think that's hilarious how Ferdinand apparently loves to hate Kristen. He's jelly of her, which is understandable. But dang, Parvis really likes Kristen. It's kind of amazing. Rosmanda stands quietly in the verdant lab. She carefully observes each plant, then meticulously records their form in her notebook. Her gaze stops at the last page of the notebook. You notice where the letter is kept. Are you still reading the letter, Rosmontis? Yes, Doctor. I want to remember what happened today and record it in my terminal. Before I forget. Loken Williams. What is the home that you talked about like? Is it like Rhodes Island? No. No way. No. Then he's not my family. I don't like him, Doctor. I came into contact with many feelings that I didn't like through him. I want to pick them out and put them somewhere that won't bother me. Amia helped me clean them up before she left, but they keep growing. What kind of feelings? Loss. And destruction. I want to destroy them. It's not right. Pith would be angry. I shouldn't see Loken again, should I, Doctor? Do you want to learn about your past, Rosmontis? Memory is precious. I don't want to use it on bad things. But I want to see with my own eyes again. I want to know what I would do. It may not be to learn. It may be to throw it away again. But I'll say goodbye properly this time. Okay, we'll find Loken. Get some rest before that, though. Mm-hmm. Give Rosmontis your jacket. Put your jacket on Rosmontis' shoulders. I'ma put my jacket on her. Go to sleep. Doctor. The young feline lies down at your side, clutching the jacket you gave to her tightly. Her breathing is fragile yet resilient, as it is when she is awake. She's tired. Rosmontis' arts are heavily dependent on attention. The day took a toll on her. Still satisfied how I got to punch him in the face. What about you, Doctor? Let's talk somewhere else. Let Rosmontis sleep. I feel like I'm being a decent babysitter. Your brow's furrowed. Should I cooperate with the Army's investigation? Should I surrender to Mainlander Foundation? Rhodes Island has been dragged into the maelstrom of Tri-Mounts. The explosion at the Trident factory, the attack on the Vice President, Kristen's disappearance. Tri-Mount is in chaos right now. It may be irresponsible to say this, but neither the Army nor the Mainlander Foundation have time to deal with Rhodes Island. You're not at the center of the maelstrom. No need to be so nervous, Doctor. Are you sure? Still, I'm responsible for your situation here. Our partnership's still good. You helped me, and I'll do my best to help you. If it comes to it, I can arrange to get you, Rosmontis, an Iffy out of Tri-Mounts right now. That's not what I'm concerned about, Mulsis. Sincerity is the foundation of cooperation, Mulsis. That's not what I'm concerned about. You're looking for both Sari and Kristen. Are you trying to stop something or put something right? Your position has been very vague from the beginning. You're looking for both Sari and Kristen? We're partners, but I don't know what you really think. A dance, Doctor? It's no fun being interrogated like this. Mulsis puts her hands behind her back, turns around, and takes a couple of steps. She looks back at you with a rare, serious expression on her face. Music fills the air. It is a relaxed, soothing tune. You see moisture seep from the leaf veins, converging into a drop of dew. More drops appear, leaving the leaves and catching up to you and Mulsis, moving with the flow of the melody. You see the rhythm of each droplet, light as breath. They are the melody itself. Feel it, Doctor. It will guide our steps. Your droplets seem free in this vivarium. The air in this vivarium seems clean. Your droplets seem really free here. This is fun. I want to dance with you, Mumu. Very astute, Doctor. From lightning to irrigation to atmosphere control, none of the systems in this vivarium employ Originium technology. It is the cleanest place in Tri-Mounts. This is the one place in Tri-Mounts where I feel at ease. Oftentimes, I choose to operate through a clone not because I want to, but because I have to. Mulsis disappears from your vision. You find your hand holding nothing but air. The droplets from the ribbon of water gently pulling you towards a corner of the vivarium. The pale fur is extremely sensitive to its environment. Pollution from Originium Industries has reduced its habitat to a number of hilly areas in Colombia. The droplets scatter and shatter, creating a mist between you and the furs. You see the faint silhouette of a tombstone. Mulsis sits quietly by it, picking away at the weeds that surround it. You have never seen her so sad. Is it a shadow of the past? Ooh. I grew up in an orphanage in Trenton, near Tri-Mounts. The headmaster said I was found on the doorsteps of the orphanage. No one knows who my parents are. I realized at an early age that I was different. My powers are unique, but they are not Originium arts. I'm much more sensitive to Originium than most people. Even a slight increase in Originium concentration is enough to affect my health. What am I? No one knows. That's why I've searched for the answer since I was little. Ironically, it's also the reason why my grades have always been so good. Finally, I found that word hidden away in some ancient books. Elves. The word is not unknown to you. You do have many secrets, don't you, Doctor?
Maybe.
Well, it's not important. Anyway, I tracked down my biological parents' old Trimonts home, but the house had long since changed hands. I followed the trail they left behind and eventually found where they went. It's the village right here. So remote, I thought I made a mistake. Most of the buildings have fallen to ruin. They look to be centuries old. I didn't see anyone. I had a feeling as I went into the hills behind the village. I saw a simple cemetery surrounded by pale firs, where dozens of tombstones lay. This village was not an elven settlement. It was their graveyard. Miosa stands up, looks at you, and fades away into the mist before the firs. Your partner returns to your side. Wow, she's really opening up to me. Elven nature forced you to distance yourself from the modern civilization. Why did your parents abandon you?
What a thing to just ask.
Well, I'm assuming the elven nature forced you to distance yourself from modern civilization. Distancing oneself from modern civilization is easier said than done. To spend your life in remote mountains when you know that a more convenient, more advanced, more interesting life is right there, waiting for you to reach out. How are we, with our long lifespan, supposed to accept it? Some of my people faded away in sorrow. Some chose to end their own lives. More elves chose to go into society, including my parents. They lived cautiously but bravely, looking for ways to survive in civilization without coming into contact with Originium. They knew Originium would kill them someday. They accepted it. Do you find it regrettable or absurd? Are you looking for a way to change the fate of your people? I'm curious, I will ask. Next dance, Doctor. More droplets rise in the vivarium. As the music enters a new passage, the smile returns to Musa's face. The melody sings on. You do not know if the topic will continue. Sometimes I envy Rhodes Island. There are so many people there.
You came to Rhodes Island twice. You let me summon you twice.
Oh, you knew? I sneaked in once or twice to see if Iffy was doing well, and see what Sari was doing. And I saw someone standing on the deck, gazing at the sunset, lost in thought. I didn't notice you. Don't tell anyone. Just one of my tiny clones. No danger to anybody. I thought, why would you be up on the deck with only your thoughts or company, when there's so much joy waiting down below? I wanted to see if I could remember anything. I feel like there used to be someone I would watch the sunset with. Did you find any memories of that person? No. After all these years, all I know is a name. No. So there are answers beyond even your reach. That makes things seem a little bit fairer. She leads you on, doing a half pirouette. You're a good dancer. Of course I am. I was the ace of my university dance team. After I left the village, I spent all my time studying. Every Colombian child knows that science and tech are the best way to change your life. I studied to become the top of my class, then went to school in Trimonts, where I stayed on top. I spent a lot of effort to blend into modern life: fashion, gaming, literature, music, dance. I studied etiquette and met a lot of people. For others, these are hobbies, but for me, it's a mission, an exploration, a test. I know it sounds weird, but I tasked myself to live life as hard as I could. It's been a long time since I danced, though. With Sari and Kristen? The droplets go around you. The lights of the vivarium cannot penetrate them. They hold fragments of the past, gentle, clear, yet untouchable. The newly renovated lab, mostly empty bottles. Saria and Kristen? And Muses with a disappointed look on her face. The three stared at each other in the middle of the room, like three wooden mannequins. New Year's Eve, not long after Ryan Lab was founded, everyone was happy. I was the happiest. I met Kristen and Saria shortly before I graduated. Kristen is not your average investor's preferred partner. You know you're in for surprises the moment you see her, and not all of them are gonna be pleasant. As for Saria, she just felt steady as a rock. My advisor happened to be involved with a project of theirs, but she wasn't very interested, so she sent me in her stead. I had nothing back then, other than my obsession with living hard. I tried everything and went nowhere. They helped me get over a period when I was lost between my identities as a graduating student and as an elf. It was just me, Kristen, Saria, Parvis, and Ferdinand at the time. Parvis hid himself upstairs, saying he couldn't stay up all night. Ferdinand left early for other business. Can you believe it? At the end of the day, I couldn't find anyone who danced with me. I ended up grabbing Saria and Kristen. None of us knew how to dance in threes. I can still remember the looks on their faces. Why are you so obsessed with Kristen? I can just ask that. Rhine Lab is important to you.
Well, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Why are you so obsessed with her? Because of my dream. We agreed that she would help Nasty set on her journey, and she'll bring my dream with her. The music ends, the vivarium is empty, except for Mulsis standing opposite of you, calm as a pale fir. You hear the sound of the air circulation system running. The wind on your face feels unusually moist. The scent of plants, the soft earth. You realize that the droplets of water, the music, and the dance really existed. You found my wobbliness, Doctor. Yes, I'm trying to manipulate everyone, including you. But everything I do for myself. The few can I have left, so we can breathe, feel the wind, run, travel freely. To make our journey a little less hard. All I've done, I did to keep the few friends I have, so that in this city, I won't be so... This is all I can tell you. All I can promise you. There are a lot of things you haven't made clear. There are a lot of gaps in your story. Well, there's a lot of things you haven't made clear. Should I trust you? You didn't really manipulate me, though. And so... Help me one more time, Ulysses. I must find Logan Williams. Even if I could help you, why do you not ask me to help you and Rosmontes get out of Trimount safely? We've come too far to turn back now. It's less than halfway through the event, so no. Rhodes Island only goes forward. Sari and Dr. Kelsey have reason to get involved, but what about you? Would you get to the bottom of all this, even if the price is a two-front war with the military and Maylander? That's not the most logical choice. I want to help Rosmontes. I want the truth. I want to find myself. Well, right now, I just want to help Rosmontes. That's my first goal. She's sleeping soundly. You want to find her lost past? Alright, we have a deal. Our partnership will go on.
Good talk.
I understand Mulsis wanting to live hard. Yeah, I understand that a lot. Which is why I accepted a job that's super duper duper random as an intern. Which I'm pretty much doing full-time hours actually, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. And then there's school, and then there's VTubing, and then there's playing other games. Yada yada yada. So I understand her wanting to live hard.
Who was that on the phone? A lonely soul searching for companions. Since when have you two become such close friends? We just happen to be going the same way for a while. Same for you. When are you going to leave my lab? The smell of alcohol affects the equipment. That's so cold. Thanks to you and that agent's improvision. I have a dozen calls to make tonight just to keep you out of jail. Like, how am I doing this sober? You got what you wanted. Is Kristen's price not enough for a businessman like you? Price, are you reminding me how much I lost to this crazy plan? Then you should have gone to Kazimierz. Join the chamber and play with the knights and speculators. Yes, the plan has been lying in my terminal for years. I could make more money and do so in a safer way. But all those great projects, they're about a nation, an era. I want to seize the opportunity before me, to see a future far beyond anyone's wildest dreams rise from my palms. Is that a dream? From a practical person like you? Anyone can dream, especially facing the fickle tides of fate. You put it astutely, going the same way. Look at those scientists, for the conflicts they went through, from friend to foe and from foe to friend, they all end up on the same path. They all saw a part of themselves in the least likely of all futures.
Well, it's not too surprising that they didn't trust Kristen with their dreams, since Mulsis wants a land without originium. Nasty wants to find a home, you know? And if they can't find one here on Terra, if Kristen wants to explore the skies, they can go to another planet. A planet free of originium and free for them to do whatever they want, basically.
What about you?
A meaningless question. Why do you think I've tolerated your presence for so long?
That's why I like the going the same way part, even if it's only temporary. Miss Nasty Lunore, if we still have our life and liberty after tomorrow, will you come with me to the highest point in Trimounts and take a good look at the sky that hasn't changed for thousands of years?
And of course, this guy, Junior here, he's just like, I can't wait for all the possibilities. Like, heck yeah, if our plan goes through, that's gonna be fun. Good for the monies. He's like, I want in on this. And oh gosh, it's one of these again. Yeah. No fear. No fear. What is fear? Fear don't exist here. I gotta keep someone there. I should have put... Oh well. Too late.
Yeah, no worries. There are no worries here.
Where do I want to put? No, I'll have her face here. That's fine. This be fine. I gotta keep someone here though. Just because I don't want that button to be pressed. Like, I see you. I see where you're going. And I don't appreciate it.
No, do not go through. Quickly, get it.
Aw. I was hoping you'd be able to get it. Oh well.
Redo later.
No worries. This be fine. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I just gotta stare. Okay. Yee! Oh, that's good. That's fun. Oh, Yelena. And the delicious spicy candy. It would be fun to have like a watch-along stream someday.
A lot of noise. Another delivery from the engineering director.
Final test will take about 45 minutes.
Plenty. My greatest achievement will be complete once the data is transferred.
I will retain your research records.
I know. Give it to that girl, Ho'oheak, or someone else. I don't care. Being able to finish this research here in my final days almost lets me forget all the regrets in life. Haha. I still remember how hard it was to accept when you showed this to me for the first time.
Flashback.
Heh. The irony, how it scores every conceited researcher who walked the halls of science for the past few centuries. He laughs in the face of our research, made it worthless. What is this, Kristen? How are you able to speak of these theories and emerge with such confidence when you've never performed a single experiment? This thing is beyond my understanding. Even more frightening is that all those tales you tell of these black cubes are true. Tell me, Kristen. Tell me! What is that I'm about to study?
That's your job.
Where'd you find it? How did you gain this knowledge? Don't be so hard on a dying man, Kristen. Who gave you this?
God. It's like, what?
Have I overestimated you, young genius? Do you believe in ghosts and spirits? Look up to the unknown in awe?
Well, Mr. Loken, would you like to meet one of the people inside of my Rhodes Island? She happens to be a talking stone and also a god.
No. You're not the kind of woman who would joke about this. You're not foolish or shameless enough for that. Or to place your hopes in empty faith.
Well, I believe her just because I've met a god inside of my adventures so far. My talking rock friend. Oh, that was such a fun event with Silver Ash's family. My talking rock god friend.
I'll take your word for it. Humph. The irony. God. Another month has passed since God bestowed me with his mercy. In the short period of time, I completed more work than I could have imagined for decades. Humph! Even I can't help but wonder, what miracle do you plan to bring us? Bring to the people on his land?
Kristen does not answer. She gazes at the stars outside the window silently, lost in thought.
Another half an hour. Bah! I should start thinking about supper. Donut? Fried fowl beast? Hot dog?
I like the difference in his thoughts for food. Like, what should I eat right now? Should I eat some fried fowl beast? Delicious fried chicken? Nah, maybe a hot dog. No. Donut. Yes, donut. Then again, my dad brought me home some M&Ms. He was like, here you go. I'm like, thank you for my dinner, father.
All of Trimount is up in arms over this place. But look how carefree the heart of the storm is. Who are you? I want the blueprints and the efficiency data for the SHAFT and the associated facilities now. Sir, that's highly classified. Do you see my clothes? My security pass right here? Or do you need me to put Blake on the line for you? No, sir. I'll put it together. No need. This terminal right here, turn it on. But sir, this is raw data without visualization. I'm Ferdinand Clooney, Ryan Lab's Director of Energy. I designed the Tri-Mountain Energy Circulation System. The processor of the terminal in front of you is based on an originium energy conversion formula named after me. The Clooney formula? You've wasted 2 minutes. Data now. Yes, sir!
Seconds pass, then minutes. Ferdinand could almost hear the sounds of military convoys moving through the streets. Blake could find Kristen at any moment. He must hurry. For what?
Here and here. Have these data been manipulated? Of course not. All the data are transmitted in real time to the Army's labs. It's more than my life's worth to upload false data. No one wants to get on the wrong side of the Army. It doesn't match. I beg your pardon? The structure of the SHAFT, the distribution of the pipelines, and the performance of the existing propulsion system, none of them is right. Just discreet enough to avoid notice. Damn! That can't be. You must be mistaken. No, I suppose not. You of all people. Perhaps. This is a temporary plan for experimentation and development. An adjustment will be made before the official launch. What's the plan for the official launch? HAMHRR should be on the mobile plate near the SHAFT. Kristen stole the entire plate. But the propulsion device is still here. The army has impounded all the launchers that were under construction. Even if she manipulated the data, she couldn't. Not with this propulsion performance. Unless... Get Blake on the line. Huh? Now. This had better be important, Ferdinand, for you to bother me at a time like this. Listen, Nasty Lunare is one of Kristen's. The propulsion device that she designed does not have the performance to lift HAMHRR off the ground. Justin Jr. must have bought out your scientists to cover up Kristen's real goal. They're working together.
Ooh, hello?
So you're telling me everyone in Rhine Lab is complicit in Kristen's suspected treason? I'm not. You need to tell me something new. What? If the researcher you sent me is actually useful, then I'll drive that control of yours from the stolen HAMHRR soon enough. Which is to say, I will soon know how many insurgents there are on Rhine. Then Rhine. Is there anything more important than that you want to report? No, sir. Congratulations in advance on your successful mission, Colonel. Oof. Close the file.
I admire Kristen's drive, though. Her obsession with the sky is actually pretty nice. I wish that I had that drive for something. That kind of, like, passion. Like, I've met people who want, like, they actually have really, really big goals and stuff that they want to reach. Kind of like how Kristen wants that, but I would say, like, in more manageable things. Like, they want to explore. Specifically exploring the ground, but still exploration. I'm like, wow, good for you. I wish I had that kind of, like, hopes and dreams.
Yes, sir. Is there anything else you need? Do you have a maintenance aircraft? The kind that can reach HAMHRR's theoretical ceiling? Yes, we do. I need to borrow it. But didn't you say HAMHRR? Would it fly because of propulsion issues? Or can it? You're right. We took our first steps together. What? I mean, you're right. Maybe I was mistaken.
Oh. Looks like Ferdinand's on the old man's side. It's like, yes, indeed, old man. We did take our first steps together. I'm on your side. Strong transmitter reaction. I can feel a lot of it lying ahead.
Right in the middle of urban trimounts. Yes, sir. The area ahead is a sewage treatment and garbage disposal. Very few people live here. You mean Kristen Wright hid HAMHRR in some other building right under our nose? Target may have set up jammers in the area. Our guys didn't detect any signals when they passed through. Those egghead sons of bitches and their tricks. Should we turn the place upside down? No, that'll take too much time and draw the enemy's attention. Can you locate it?
I need to borrow your neuroelectricity simulator.
Do you know how to use that?
I believe Ryan developed it.
There's no getting away from you people, is there? Give it to her. Yes, sir.
Cranial electricity will trigger resonance in the transmitter inside me. Resonance will also occur in any nearby transmitter, strong enough for your sensor to detect.
Go on. I got a reading. It's increasing in strength.
Increase output by 10%.
Pre-epilepsy symptom. Should I take over? I have mech operating experience and long-range RS units implants. Her transmitter is from Site 359. It's the only one that will work. Proceed. I can take it. We got a stable signal.
I like how this one soldier's just like, oh, that looks painful. Ma'am, I'll take over. It's like, good for you, sir. That's so kind of him. I don't think I'd want to take over. Actually, no, I'd be curious like for 1 second, then afterwards be like, nope. Depending.
Coordinates have been synchronized to officer terminals, sir. Good. We know where HRR is now. Proceed to the target ASAP.
It would be fun if Kristen does succeed during this event. Because I want to see the... like what it looks like outside of the fake sky. Gah.
Handkerchief. Now you can even see through all that sweat.
Thank you. Director Jara, did the soldiers bother you?
Oh, no, just usual chit-chat.
Did you say anything?
Nothing. The funny thing is, I don't even know anything. I know Kristen like Kristen knows me. I didn't sign on to her adventure and she refused to let me risk my remaining life for her. Control is lucky to have you. Lucky? No, I don't think so, Silence. When I look at Kristen, I don't see the inscrutable, dominating control of Rhine. I only see a girl too proud to bow her head. Maybe time stopped 20 years ago for both of us. You mean, the day when Control's parents were killed in a flight test accident? It was supposed to be a sunny, cloudless day. Is it regret? Remorse? Is it because I watched them fly to their end? Because I didn't check their flight plan carefully? Or because I didn't expect the government and capitalists would allow that sensitive little girl to become the target of all the attacks on her parents in order to protect their name? No, it's neither. It was just one failure. Even if it was my only one, it should be nothing for an experienced agent. But I could never forget the look in her eyes. The ball of fire falling from the sky continues to burn in her eyes. It's appeared in my dreams on many a night. I don't want to see it extinguished again. You left the Mayliner Foundation because of Control. A scientist stops being a scientist when she develops an emotional attachment to her test subject, huh? You of all people should understand. I was never a mother, but I have a child. Gamma and Delta squads in position, sir. Everything looks normal with the target building. Scanning for potential hostiles. Wait, is that... a Mayliner drone! So that's why the goddamn agents didn't show up. They were tracking our aircraft. Why didn't they find out about the plate then? Were they waiting for us to do our job, then pick up the scraps?
That would be smart to do.
Mayliner's eyes are everywhere. Columbia's changed a lot in the past 20 years. I used to protect people, like the rights from conspiracy theorists and technophobes. I suppose that even the great Mayliner can be wrong at times. Look at the mad scientists out there. They're the greatest threat. Message from Mayliner, Colonel. They're syncing the drone's data with us. Less than 10 life forms within 10 clicks of the target. We had an elite squad keeping an eye on Kristen before she disappeared. Are you telling me that a bunch of scientists and a few assistants took out an entire squad of commandos? Maybe we went to the wrong place?
No. That's not impossible for the Control I know.
Keep your eyes open. Don't let your guard down. What was that? I think we just hit something, sir. No, sensors aren't picking up anything. It's wind! It's a wall of wind!
Oh no, it's invisible wall, Coon! Who would I blame more specifically? Nah, they're equal to blame. Kristen was the one who founded everything. She She's the enabler. Like, she didn't outright do, like, the bad stuff the other scientists did, but she enabled them, so they're both equally bad, in my eyes.
We can't maintain altitude. Losing altitude. 500, 400, 350. Out of my way. Give me the controls. That's the building's outer wall. We're gonna hit it.
First one.
What happened? That's the Colonel's aircraft. It fell into the building at 10 o'clock. Gamma squad to the crash site now. Did the enemy come from the air? Why didn't we get any warnings from the mainliner drones? No, we've lost all communications. Mainliner's eyes all went out at the same time.
Second one.
Total loss of communications with mainlander. This is FUBAR. Isn't their shit supposed to be cutting edge? Large number of hostiles. 10, 11, no more. Ambush. Raise the Colonel. There's too many of them. Hold. The mainliner douchebag said that there were less than 10. Was the data wrong or did they screw us? Ugh! It's not the data that's wrong. Colonel, you're safe. Form up. Gamma and Delta, pull back and find cover. Have the power armor assault team move up. Let everyone know. We're facing the latest prototype unmanned power armor.
Third one. The walls of the room block all screams, but the explosions can be clearly seen on the monitors. Hoheok does not look at the screen. Her eyes have not left the book since the first prey stepped into the trap. She swings her tail back and forth in boredom, pressing one button after another, directing the show happening not far from here.
Where are you going? To fulfill my to fulfill my final wish.
Sneaking out to meet someone again? You'll die out there, and I won't be there to save you. Don't croak before the work is done. Otherwise...
You can't take it from me. It's not ready for activation yet. Only an ugly death awaits you if you rush it.
I know. I've heard that enough times.
Take it as words of wisdom from the dying man. You're too young to be showing the madness of the impending end.
Time does not treat us all fairly. Go, old man, and dream your last dream before death carries you away. Good night. As for me, it's time for me to deal with my last problem. Hoheok puts down the book and hooks up something from the pile of books with her tail. A metal head. She blows lightly on the head and sees a white vapor pass through the metal shell, then dissipate into the thin air without going anywhere. It's not every day that you get to see mainlander agents work with commandos. Are you really sure you don't want to come back from the dead, my dear old employer? You'll miss the best parts. Okay, silence is okay. Who's the enemy? Only someone with the internal access codes can disable all of Mainlander's eyes at the same time. Control has someone from Mainlander with her. An elite Mainlander agent, codename Hoheok. She took over the task of monitoring Kristen for me. I wasn't sure if she had turned traitor, until now. Hoheok? Yesterday. Hoheok means yesterday. It's unknown whether it's her codename or the one she was born with. Kristen brought her to Rhine Lab 1 year ago, saying she was Rhine Lab's new bibliology consultant. I looked into her background but found nothing. Mainlander had concealed most of her files, of course, and there wasn't much of a problem for me. Not even Mainlander knows about her past?
It's like she popped into the world yesterday. Her knowledge, her powers, her arts, none of them have anything to do with modern technology. Have you ever heard the legend from the days when the world was just a barren land? She is Liberi. She is Phidia. She rides with the winds and dances with the stars. She is the last elder still blessed by the heavens. Forward, forward! Seat information. Cover the others. Wait, up in the sky. Hostile approaching. Take aim. Energy beam. Wait, how could this be? It won't fire. Are weapons being attacked? No, the weapon's fine. It's the sky that's being affected. Unknown energy interference in the area. Arg!
A great force takes hold of him. Even in his metal armor, the soldier feels frail and helpless, like a naked infant. He waves his limbs futilely, but he could not control his body or the exoskeleton wrapped around it. He is flung like a plastic toy, smashing into another power armor. Silver green shadows leave the shattered armor. A silhouette approaches slowly from the smoke. Oh gosh, fancy name.
G2012A-13. Abandoning exoskeleton. Hostile contact. Support requested. How many hostiles? One.
One. I'm afraid I'm the only one you're facing. Do you need time to surrender? Oh, that A is Alpha. We're almost there. That's the hideout Kristen prepared for Loken. We walked a few hours underground. I thought the end of the passage would look more normal. We walked a few hours. Where did you get your info, Mulses? I befriended a straightforward engineer. Phew, I smell better. Kristen hasn't changed. You could throw her into the garbage dump when she's in the middle of an experiment, and she wouldn't care one bit. Did you know that Sari and I picked all of her clothes? Even Sari is more concerned about fashion than she is, and... Did the army find the place? They're fighting. Drat, we don't have time! Time for what? Shouldn't we be more cautious? Time for what? So Hayok guys probably live for about 50 years? That's not too bad, actually. Like, considering all the craziness going on in this world. Like, the world of Arknights. Like, 50 seems like a decent age. And not gonna lie, like... Heck. Even I thought that, like, when looking back at some of my old assignments, at one point we had to write, like, an obituary assignment, thinking, like, writing our own obituary, and I was so bad in mine. After rereading it, I'm like, gosh darn it, why did I think, like, why did my, like, elementary school self think, dang, 30's gonna be the end of me? I hope that wasn't a premonition, because that's spooky, but still, I'm like, dang, I feel bad, because some of my friends are, like, older than 30. Like, I don't judge by age, but still, I'm like, dang, oof. Doctor, Loken is a convict with them a few hundred years on his sentence. You want to take Rosmontes to see him? Then you have to beat them to it. How do you plan to explain to the military if they find us together? Rosmontes. Rosmontes? What's with the kitten? Is she thinking about something? I think she's sensitive to the battlefield environment. There's something interfering with her thoughts. I think she's sensitive to the battlefield environment. Keep an eye on your doctor. I need to find a way in. Maybe I can use my water to get through the vents, then hack the door circuits. No need to look, Milces. The door's open, Rosmontes. This is... Kristen built the lab inside. Loken's lab. Loken. I remember this place. It's not in my memory. I've never been in this corridor, but my eyes, ears, mouth, and emotions... They all tell me that I've walked the path like this. Welcome home, child. Welcome to the court that I prepared for you. We're home! Time to punch the old man again.
Hoo hoo hoo.
That was a long section. But before I continue, I should drink some water. Water important. Yummy water. The flowers. They're so beautiful. Have you come to see them again? I don't know today's flowers. Can you teach me how to spell them?
Of course, Narcissa. What do you want to do after you learn it?
I want to put these petals in my picture book. Just like I used to. Mom loved flowers. Dad knew a lot about plants just like you. They're not around here anymore, but I want to record these new flowers and tell them about them when I visit their graves. You'll bring me there, right? It's almost April.
Narcissa, my child. You're always a strong one. Leave the flowers on the table. I'll teach you writing once I'm done with my work.
It smells good. What's for dinner?
Why did you come over here? Sit down over there. We're having your favorite potato soup.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm hungry. Can you cook quicker?
Do you want to help out? No need to be scared. I'll hold your hand.
Like this?
Well done. You'll do even better in the future.
The future? Will I grow up to be as tall and strong as you? Become a great scientist?
No, you'll be greater than I am. Much greater. Does the wound in the back of your head still hurt?
Not anymore. My brothers gave me lots of sweets. They say that one sweet before going to bed helps with the pain and makes me dream of cotton candy.
Good girl. You can have them once you've had dinner. Then there's a place I want to take you to.
Over at the corridor? The place my brothers went yesterday? They said there's a nice garden there. Just like those in the storybooks, and that's the place you get your flowers.
Yes. Those who pass through its doors are blessed by fate.
At the end of the corridor is...
Rosmontis! Rosmontis! I can't get the door open. Any ideas, Milces? We need to go.
Rosmontis. Don't go. Not alone.
Rosmontis.
Who is Rosmontis? Who is Narcissa?
Welcome.
You're waiting for me?
Always have been.
Where the doctor? Where are the others?
Where they were. This court does not need an audience.
Court? Is this a court? Who's on trial?
I, Loken Williams. I am both accused and accuser. In these last moments before fate devours me, I implore you to witness my life. Here and now, I confess to all my crimes. Greed. Yes, my teacher reproached me. He chided me for my recklessness and admonished me my extraction of infected organs from the dying as being both illegal and immoral. He said my actions did not help the patients, only accelerate their deaths. They were already dying. Their consciousness had already passed over to the other side. I did not intend to cause any more pain, nor did I change their fate. But my teacher did not agree. He and his teacher pronounced my death sentence in academia. in a private trial with no justice to speak of. They refuse to admit that greed is a virtue for a scientist. A small-town boy's biology education is limited to delivering bird and beast calves, unless he musters the courage to dissect the newborn calf in the middle of the night. The thirst for knowledge was enough to overcome this empathy. He needed to seize every opportunity to climb, to continue on the path of exploration.
And ooh, okay, let's see. So, he did several extreme arts-related experimentations. He turning her into an effective by implanting originium inside her organs. So, that's the kind of stuff he did? I feel like he should have done that to himself. Though operating yourself is kind of difficult, I imagine.
Cowardice. I have not often been found wanting of courage, but there was one thing that I yielded to. Mayliner banned me after my teacher reported me, a mark of shame that shut me out of all universities and government-sponsored research institutions. It was the cruelest punishment you could inflict on a scientist in his prime. They stripped me of my right to research. It was akin to murder of the soul. I began drowning myself in drink. For a year and 10 months, I forced myself to face my trembling hands so that I could forget the pain of not being able to hold a scalpel. That was when they found me. They, the shameless rascals. The Department of Defense, they funded Loken water tank. In return, I was to develop the most powerful weapon for them in 5 years. Science is neutral, pure, and free. Practical value, especially in terms of weaponization, can only be a burden for science. I did not want to contribute my research for them, but they knew what my weakness was. Knowledge is expensive. Instruments, equipment, materials down to the bricks that make up the laboratory. It all takes money. Building the lab of my dreams cost more than building a skyscraper in the middle of the Trimonts. I had to admit my weakness and prostrate myself before their power. How pathetic. Is this nation any less so? They have allowed barbaric power to control the lifeline of science. There is no one more short-sighted than a soldier. They're at the helm of science, yet they know not how to use such precious knowledge except to kill their own kind. Folly. Yes, folly. The most unforgivable crime that a scientist can commit. The foolish soldiers are easy to deceive. Getting subcutaneous arts units. The result of billions of investment was enough to satisfy them. But I was too busy, too obsessed with my research to realize the weakness and ambition of those around me. A foolish student of mine handed part of my experiment data to the Department of Defense. They learned that what Loken water tank was really researching, and were eager to see results, even threatening to take direct control. How could I allow them to steal my dream when I was so close to finishing my masterpiece? You took a risk, you failed. You lost everything. Narcissa destroyed your lab. That wasn't so bad, but then Mayliner came again. They took Narcissa, robbed you of your dream again. You were like a walking corpse. The Department of Defense confiscated the scraps, then wanted you to repay the billions of investment. You could not repay it, and you refused to work with them anymore. So you were thrown into prison like a piece of rotting meat that no one paid any further attention to. That was my greatest crime. Failure! Now, my final and greatest failure stands before me. Narcissa! The only flower in my garden that has not been trampled into the mud, broken but still beautiful. Look at me. Look at the Loken Williams who raised you, educated you, oppressed you, tormented you. You witnessed me inches away from the summit, and witnessed my fall from grace into the abyss. Now I invite you, child, to be the stick that measures my pain, my regrets, my crimes. Strike me down! I mean, you're the only one fit to do so.
Loken, my dude, you're being cringe. She's just like, I just wanted to learn about my past. I followed your letter because I thought I'd learn more about myself, and now you're here just monologuing. And telling me to judge you? Sir, I don't even know you.
Push forward. Area suppressed. Gamma and Delta. No more reinforcing power armors. Excellent. Continue the attack and prepare to breach the building. Arg! Not so fast. Colonel!
Should I start with you? Will killing you buy more time?
You traitor!
Traitor? We have always been enemies. Who have I betrayed?
Arg!
How fragile. Should I have done this a long time ago? You almost killed our beloved vice president. Maybe I can exchange your head for a pardon.
All units, attack!
You want to be a martyr? Perhaps I should oblige. Oh, there you are, hero.
The military and Mainlander have this building surrounded. You can't win.
Win? It's not victory that I'm looking for, it's a chance. Same for Kristen. Pretty much that's how Loken's greatest failure is. Not being able to complete his experiment.
No chance is worth so many lives, including your own.
You think so? Compared to my knowledge, my own life has always been insignificant. I've seen so much history, but to time, I'm hardly even a passing breeze. That's my life, my poor, boring life. A tiny little bit of time for the chance to touch eternal knowledge, even for an instant. How could it not be worth it?
You're even fascinated by death.
Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious. I know thousands of ways to die over hundreds, thousands of years of history, but I only get to die once. Period. Full stop. Standing between accumulated memories and the possibilities of the future. How does it feel? You'll find out. Ooh, hand. I want to grab it. Pure, unadorned power. There was no enamel blade growth. Saria simply focused all her strength on her hand. There was no originium arts involved. That is why the fist was able to penetrate the distorted air. Oh, she's gonna punch her, never mind. Oh, instead it's this. She's pushing her to the ground. Oh dear, looks like I've lost. I guess that's it, Saria. Kill me here and make it quick. Or maybe not so quick. I should savor the moment. I only get one chance after all.
You madwoman.
Saria's like, it's not fun when you're into it. What about you? Did you think yourself a creature of reason in all that you do? You wanted to prevent disaster in the most efficient manner. You're standing at the door. Why don't you work with the military?
They tend to make things worse.
What about Mainlander? They have been your firm allies for the past 5 years. They made a decision to work with the military. Oh, and the adorable little Liberi. The little brown bird so full of morality and empathy. I saw her in one of the military aircraft. I didn't know you had that expression in you. Your hands are growing weaker. Everything is going out of control, even your own heart. Is that not a strange feeling to a woman like you? Your taunts are meaningless. Poor Saria. That's not what your eyes, your hands, every inch of your body is saying. Are you sure you don't want to run over to the lab right there in this instant? It may already be too late.
You.
In an instant, Hoyoheak is standing on top of the half-collapsed wall. A few more leaps, and she is gone from the battlefield. What did I see in Hoyoheak's expression there? She looked like she was into it. She was having fun. It's like good for her having fun throughout this whole thing. The door to the lab is broken. How could it be? Loken! Well, time is almost up anyway. Might as well call it a day. You're Loken. You came to the orphanage every Friday evening. You brought different flowers each time. Your clothes always had a strong smell to them. The smell of swimming pools and freshly painted fences. I didn't really mind that smell. I wanted to tell you that you didn't need to hide it with flowers. But I didn't say anything because I liked your flowers. I liked the stories of plants that you told. It reminded of Dad. It reminded me of Dad.
Good, good! Your memories are coming back.
Yes, I'm remembering. You used to be very nice to me. Then you became very mean.
I'm sorry, child, I'm sorry. I promised you, I wanted to give you a happy future. You and your brother should have been the perfect life forms. You would have redefined Originium arts, freed yourselves from the shackles of talent, the plague of oripathy. Yes, you. No. We should have conquered fate itself together. Why? Why couldn't I do it? I ruined us both!
Why are you crying? Tears falling on the hand. Salty, painful. I've seen you cry before. That day. No, I don't want to remember. I don't want you in my memories. It's painful to forget, but even more painful to remember you.
Don't forget. Remember me, please remember me. Remember the criminal.
Filled with guilt. Filled with pain. Loken just wants to be punished. No, no. My brothers. Why? 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 My memories are coming back. My head hurts. It's cold.
Grab me. Grab my neck. Clutch in your hands. Do you feel the pulsating veins? The blood is warm. You won't be cold anymore.
Blood. How could it be warm? It's colder than ice, more suffocating than water. It's you. It's all you. You took my life and my brothers away. You turned me into a monster, a weapon, a destroyer.
Then kill me. Destroy my broken body. Crush my guilty soul for all that you've lost.
Kill you? Will all the crimes disappear if I kill you? The lives that people should have lived won't be taken away again? They can be with the ones they love?
I can't lie to you anymore, but at least I deserve it. Time is short. We'll have company soon.
I'll go to them. I won't let anyone stand in the way of what's right. Doctor, the army men are coming. We need to go deeper, hurry. Rosmontes. Don't leave Rosmontes. Old Loken's locked at the door. The building is like a maze. It's got Nazi's handprints all over it. We've been at it for a while now, but we still have no clue where we are. I'm concerned about the kitten, but I doubt an old sickly scientist like Loken could do anything to her. He wants to retrieve Rosmontes' memories. He wants to incite Rosmontes' anger. He's like, Rosmontes, strike me down! He's being a weirdo. He's being cringe. Then have Rosmontes kill him because he's cringe. It's his gift. Huh? Did he finally go off the deep end? They say being in prison too long makes you go crazy. But, well, I'm not sure if I should say it, but the kitten has a reason to be angry after Loken did that all to her, doesn't she? I was angry when I saw Iffy's experiment logs, angry enough that I wanted to flood those ruins 6 feet under. Loken would be getting what he deserved, assuming that Rosmantis really had vengeance on her mind. I'm not sure I'm really in a position to stop her. I just don't want Loken to get what he wants. I just want Rosmantis to do what she wants. Well, I want her to do what she wants, but I don't want Loken to get what he wants. He's being cringe. Do I think he wants repentance? Or retribution? Or genuine repentance? None of the above. He's just being cringe. He's just being a weirdo right now. I want to find her. I want to be with my family. I want to help my operator. I want to be with my family. Kelsey left me in charge of the kids. I gotta be with her. Then we better hurry. Eek! That was close. We almost got roasted together. Army power armors, get inside. Doctor, we have to. Over here. Am I starting to hear things? Why do I feel like I've just heard Iffy's voice? Come with me. What's wrong with you? Step on it. You F&G or something? You're the F&G. It's sounding more like...
Target, 3 o'clock.
So that's how it works? It's so complicated. I'd rather use my fire. Ifrit. It's really you. Ifrit! The power armor convulses a few times before you. Then, a fiery red girl leaps out in a shower of sparks. Doctor? Mumu? You're both here. You can drive a mech? Isn't this thing supposed to be a nightmare to drive? You can drive a mech? Teach me! It's a piece of cake for a genius like me. Never mind. Alright, well, Saria modified it, so she's a genius. Ask her the details, she's close. I know that I have seen other, like, I would say, like, cringe peoples like Loken before. I can't think of the last example, though. Saria's here, too? If only she would let me do this stuff myself. But why don't you look happy, Mumu? It's not that. Wait, that's the way Rosmantis went. The power armor went there?
Go, go, go. Hostile contact. It's a young girl. Sensors indicate the presence of an elderly male further in. Should we wait. Giant floating weapons. Hi. Threat target identified. Attack.
You're a soldier. Cold outer shell. No warmth, no emotion. Are you fighting bad people? Do you stand with people who have been hurt?
Possible unidentified high threat test subject. Requesting permission to engage. Gah!
No. You don't have your own will. You don't think about right and wrong before you act, do you? Then, you're just a puppet on strings. Go away, or I'll destroy you too. That's nice that she's giving him an option. She probably bonked him nicer than how Ifrit bonked the other guy. I still think it's hilarious how Ifrit broke a dude's nose. Like, dang Ifrit, that's savage. I'm glad there's no stones here. I don't gotta worry about those. No fear. That guy has a cool looking sword. I will fight him. She's slowly preparing the field. This should be fine. Now this is good. As long as Jen can start using her skill, it's good. Oh, it's a thingy! Look at it, it's being cute! Uh-oh. That's not good. No, it's too cute! Uh-oh, that's disastrous. But no worries, I got this. Dear, all good. I gotta bring out Kelsey. Yee! What kind of satisfying outcome would for that conclusion with Loki would be for me? For me, a satisfying outcome would be Rosmontis being like, "Old man, you're cringe. I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. Bye." Just something simple like that. I'd be satisfied with just that. And then he's like, but why? But strike me down." And she's like, "No, I'm not into that." It's like, but I wanted that to happen. My retribution. It's like, no. Goodbye, old man. And then he's left there just sad. And Rosmontis is just satisfied, like, "Yep, I chose what I wanted to do. Bye."
Cut the potato open and put it into the water piece by piece. Skulls are much harder to cut. Tear. The softest tissues in the human body are like cotton candy, easily scattered by a gloved hand. Crush. Flowers are crushed in the trembling palm, the juices sticking to the skin, dripping onto the new leather shoes. Scream. The instrument severed the nerve so quickly that it can take a life without its owner noticing, just like the use of anesthetics. Cry. My dead brothers cry on the operating table. Why were they the ones who had to be killed? Why was I the one who was made to live? No. They're not dead yet. They're behind me, hammering and crying. There was never a garden. There was only cruel imprisonment and cutting. The cage that treated our lives like toys. They want to destroy the cage, as do I.
And now a sip of water. Oh no, my bottle wasn't closed good. It did not spill on my bed, luckily. The lab walls are being torn apart. They're made of advanced reinforced materials. How can they be sliced apart like potatoes? Rosmontis. She's lost control. That's what I was most afraid of. Rosmontis. The ground is being peeled like an apple. Will we crush a pulp? Someone needs to stop her. Amiya could calm Rosmontis down, but she's not here. I'll try something. Between Loken and Parvis, I feel like Loken is worse just because Parvis at least allowed Saria and Silence to comfort Ifrit, while Loken, I don't know if he let anyone else be like the equivalent of Silence and Saria to Rosmontis, you know? Because at least Ifrit had some nice people around her who cared about her, wanted to protect her. Like, Parvis allowed that, but Mr. Loken, he probably didn't do that, which makes him a little bit worse. But yeah, I'll try. You don't mean you're going by yourself, do you? Did you see how she shredded that power armor like paper? You're just a regular human. You are human, right? True blue, flesh and blood. Then I won't leave Rosmontis behind. I'm built different, yo. I'll go. Ifrit? This is no time for jokes, Iffy. The Diablo within you. Well, your power is plenty dangerous too. Don't tell me you mean to. No. I won't use its power. I'll do it myself. That's a promise between me and Rosmontes.
Requesting support. The communicator, it's crushed? What the heck are...
Don't.
What?
I know you want to say, don't say it. She's my friend, my good friend. We're more than friends, we work together and fight together. Rosmontes. I'll destroy everything that's not right. A lab like this. It should have never existed. I get it. Damn lab coats, damn labs. All those damn things that tormented us should have been burned to ashes a long time ago. Of course we have the right to be angry, to yell, to destroy it all. But we don't have to do it. Why? Are you gonna stand in the way of what's right? You're tough, but it'll take more than that to stop me. I won't let you become like Daria. Rosmontes, we promise to see the city together and to go back to Rose Island together. I don't want to admit it, but you've always been better than I am. You're an elite operator and you've done so many amazing things. Think of Mia. Think of Blaze, the big cat. Think of the doctor. They have soft palms, their clothes smell clean, and they hug like warm blankets. Blankets? There are people who love us. Life isn't fair, but after all the scum that we had to put up with, we still ended up meeting some really good people. Silence's stories always have happy endings. I know. She made up a bunch of them. Saria's always strict about my homework, but she helps me up when I fall down. Don't destroy these memories. You can stop now, Rosmontes. Stop? Ifrit. The vibrations weaken. Ifrit grabs Rosmontes' hand. Yes, Ifrit, you remember me. No way you could forget. You didn't find out I ate those cookies you hid yet. Yes, I think you're right. It wasn't the doctor who ate the cookies. I should correct the terminal entry. Haha. You look like you're hurting. Why are you laughing? I want to laugh. You didn't lose control, right? Even the doctor was worried about it, but you just wanted to do what you wanted to do in your own way. Yeah. It's okay. Saria's worried that I'll lose control too. It's not the lack of trust, they just worry too much. As for the bad guys, the power they planted in us, the scars they left behind, none of that can control us. We're the only ones who can. We can turn the tables and laugh in their faces. Like this? Yes. Lift the corners of your mouth. Find that Loken and tell him he's nothing to you. Loken. Alright, I'll find him. I know what to say now. Things have calmed down. Ifrit did it. She calmed Rosmontes down. Talk about a close one. Rosmontes' arts left cracks in the wall around you. The walls of the maze have been destroyed, revealing a hallway deeper into the building. What is that room for, Mulsis?
I see.
What is that room for? Huh? This is... a vivarium. Your vivarium. This is a vivarium. Why is there a vivarium in HAM-HRR? It's connected to Loken's lab. Why is there one here? Kristen remembered. And in the deepest reaches, sarcophagus. You're sure you saw the sarcophagus? Hey, look, it's my home. It is unmistakable. It is the starting point of all memories you have. Even the dizziness is exactly the same. Loken is helping Kristen study the sarcophagus? What does Kristen need the sarcophagus for? Does she want to destroy herself? She'll turn into a strange, white-furred creature. Just like me, I mean not like me.
Well, actually, I am wearing a coat.
Who knows, maybe underneath the coat I could be a burb. No. Moses? Moses does not answer. He reached out and touched nothing. There is only a small splash, the reflection of bubbles. The real Moses stands at the heart of the vivarium. You're leaving me? You're leaving us? You're leaving me? Doctor, I promise to take you and Rosmanda to see Loken. Our cooperation is over. Now that its goal is complete. You can't go any further. We say goodbye here. You planned this from the beginning. That's how you got the address. No. I lied again. I really am evil, aren't I? That hardhead, nasty. I told her I made my choice when I really hadn't. I only now just made it. The moment I saw this vivarium. I'm sorry. I came only to confirm one thing. Yes, this is where my dreams are. The vivarium and the future it carries. This is my dream. It's the answer for me and my people. Kristen promised to take it with her. She didn't lie to me. She just didn't tell me. Maybe she got tired of my cloaks and my daggers. How a part of me never seems to be there. Maybe she never stopped believing in the trust between us. She really did it. So I should keep my promise. Tell Saria I'm sorry. The water pushes you away. It is soft but irresistible. You return to the outer hallway. The lab door is closing before you. The water disappears, leaving no trace behind. Your hand is empty again, but this is no longer just an intermission in the middle of a dance.
It's time. Can I go now? The deal is done. You can leave at any time. You promised me. You'll find it on your terminal. Is this the entirety of Loken's research? No, there's another address. A blurred one. It looks familiar. You've really done a lot under Maylander's nose. I'm starting to actually respect you. What a shame. What's that? You won't see the sky that you should have gotten to see. The stars? My people have played with them long enough. I've given you all the information I should. Do you really think those twisted spots of light are worth looking at? No, not the sky we see today. Its true aspect in the future. Enough. I know about your great plans, but the future does not belong to me. As long as your data is legit, I'll be able to fulfill my ancestors' dream and recover my true power. The power that you desire, not even overcome time. You understand that it could be machines that fly the skies in the future, or other evolving life forms, but not a shadow from 10,000 years ago. Are you mocking me? Mocking my blood, my memory, my destiny? You. Sacrificing your entire race just to return to the past. Is it really worth it? Whatever. I've got what I wanted. Let's say goodbye in peace. Holheok jumps down the monitoring platform. She does not turn around to look at Kristen. She does not want Kristen to see the look on her face. Oh, they met up. You. We meet again. They're silent for a moment. Past and future pass by each other without making contact. 5 minutes. Then interaction between Kristen and Holheok. It felt like a breakup. I can't get the door open. Here. Huh? It's the weapon you lent me? Not lent, gave, it's yours. You just need practice. Practice, you're free. Once you get out of here, the agents and soldiers are too busy to bother. They found HRR and achieved their goal. They won't bother you anymore. Run to Tri-Mounts. There, you'll still be researcher silence. You want to go into the most dangerous direction, don't you? You could put your life in danger. You may never be able to escape Mainlander's gaze ever again. It'll be a struggle of a lifetime. You may lose some things forever. Freedom, the life you know, the trust of your family and friends, the right to live under the sun, and yourself. Are you sure you want a life like that? I don't know. I haven't seen the problem resolved with my own eyes. I don't want to give up halfway. You're a talented scholar, a good doctor. Have you made up your mind to become a warrior? Maybe I'll never be a warrior. But I'll grasp the weapon you gave me tight, if necessary. Very well, child. Go forth with my blessing. Thank you, Director Jara. By the way, Control. Kristen could be just up ahead. Don't you want to see her? Do I? Of course I do. But I doubt I can catch her. Jara gazes at the laboratory. Then she turns her gaze toward the sky. Well, Kristen did say that she got the thing from God, and ancient super weapons like the sarcophagus are basically godlike, so makes sense that it's here.
You got it yet? Not yet. Keep going. The cores of HRR should be here. And Kristen. She couldn't have escaped right from under our noses.
3 minutes.
Ifrit?
Saria, did you find a way in?
Not yet.
This place is weird. Even after Rosmantis crushed most of the outer wall like a cookie, it's not revealing any of the stuff inside.
It's not a complete building.
What?
You're right, Ifrit. It's not a lab. It's... Did she install her parents' propulsion device on? How could it be? No. How did I not think about it until now?
Saria, where are you going?
If I break the wall... She must have expected me. It's pointless.
Then what has a point? You can't change anything. Will we be too late?
No. I have to.
Have to what?
Saria. Silence? You need to get out of here. It could be... No. Saria, I didn't come here to listen to you talk like that. I know how far a scientist would go for her dream. I know that feeling of rapture, which is why I know the strength it takes to fight it with morality. You've long been seeking a balance between science and order. You do well, perhaps too well. Your order is falling apart, but you're willing to let balance go. Perhaps you'll find your roots amidst the chaos. Find my... roots? I believe you can. We have all things to do. Let's part here. I can tell you now, Saria. How much I looked up to you. How much I wanted to walk by your side. 1 minute.
Well, there goes a rare friend. How do you plan on making it up to me, Kristen?
30 seconds.
dear.
Narcissa, you returned. Are you ready to pronounce judgment?
Yes, I want to kill you. Not for revenge, I hate you. But me and the doctor both say that revenge won't bring back the ones I love. Not for destruction. You want me to destroy you. I won't. I'm not your weapon. You're just a criminal. You're nothing to me. I'll do what the law and prison could not do. I hereby sentence you to death.
Good. Good. How does that song go again?
Singing Country Roads. Of course he would.
Like country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
That's hard to do in an old man voice. But still, I can't believe he's doing that song. Of all the songs. Gosh darn it, old man, you're trolling to the end.
Soon. Very soon.
I did not expect him to want to go out with a meme. Then again, I should never have doubted that. Severe tremors shake the earth. Like something very strong and resilient is about to break out. You gaze at the rising inner corridor and see a figure through the windows.
Hello, Kristen.
Kristen. A name that has been on many lips these days. Lunatic, genius, foe, friend. Or perhaps a dreamer who does not belong to this time. You see her with your own eyes for the first time. She continues to look up at the sky as though the blank emptiness is the only thing that she should care about. What is going on? You cannot remain on your feet. What is going on? A familiar silhouette appears.
Monster!
It unfolds in an instant, grabbing your shoulders lightly with sharp claws, the massive figure covering you fully. Then, an even more massive shadow rises behind Monster. HAM-HRR. Now you can see that Mysterious Ring Corridor and Muses' Vivarium are both part of HAM-HRR. Maylander and the military fought over it, then made peace over it, but no one could have predicted that it would reveal itself this way. The bright flames of the thrusters feel blinding. The blast throws you off your feet. If not for Kelsey and Monster, you would have been cast into the winds, like those around you, and the broken remains of the lab. Kelsey.
Hang on, Doctor.
I saw the sarcophagus. I didn't know Kristen's lab could fly. I like the second one. We were so close to the truth.
I know.
The figure in the air casts her gaze at you. No, not at you. The dark monster that is protecting you. Growls. Kristen moves her lips, seemingly inquiringly. You hear Kelsey repeat her answer to you.
I know.
Foo foo foo. Did that one pretty good. Uh-oh, tutorial time, cutting edge. Oh, that's where the boulder can hurt me, I see. Oh man, now I gotta worry about being squished. But it's okay. What is this thing? Hey, hey. Stop fooling around. The enemy is near the objective. What do we do?
Don't worry. I think I have a grasp of the structure here. Those rocks are called planetary debris, and we can take advantage of them. Planetary debris only moves alongside a set trajectory. Gravity causes it to remain at the bottom of the trajectory. When stationary, the massive planetary debris will block the enemy's path, so all we need to do is change the direction of gravity. On it.
Bunk.
It's super effective. Right. Planetary debris deals heavy damage deals heavy physical damage to enemies in its path, while also pushing them. Be careful, however, as planetary debris can also deal damage to our own operators in its path.
Oh, that worked. Wee, that was fun.
Good work, Hyobi. Stand adjacent to a planetary debris to attack and charge it up. After a certain number of hits, planetary debris will be pushed in the operator's deployed direction. This takes time, but you have operators specialized in pushing.
That I did not raise.
They've got backup. They're trying to change the direction of gravity.
I'm here, Instructor Doberman.
Good timing, Shaw. Push that planetary debris to the right.
Yes, ma'am. Wee.
Good work. With sufficient force, you can move planetary debris directly. That path is now completely blocked, regardless of which way gravity is pulling. The gravity system here is interesting. We should investigate further and make better use of it. The battlefield is on our side now. Eliminate the remaining enemies.
Okay, can do, ma'am. Wee. Wait a second, I gotta wait a tiny bit more. He's almost there. Nah, I'll just wait a tiny bit. Oopsies! I did it already, my bad.
Oh well, no regrets.
Just be fine. Oh yeah, that was fine. I can't wait to see HAM HRR flying. That's gonna be cool. Castle in the sky, beautiful. November 21st, 1099. 7:11 p.m. HAM HRR. Mission elapsed time 3 hours. Or 3 minutes. Okay, it's been 3 minutes.
Brr. Ugh. Phooey, freezing around here. Asshats keep shutting off the heaters.
That is so different from here, Mr. Researcher. I will trade you weather for now. Just because I want to experience some cold.
How many complaints am I gonna have to file before they realize we're here at night on overtime? Hey, honey. What are you calling for? Hold on, I'll speak to you outside. What day is it today? 9 days out from the project deadline. Progress is looking bad for us. I won't be home today, either, no. Our anniversary? Oof. Sorry, it's been crazy the past couple of days. I know, honey, you've been looking forward to that restaurant forever. I know, I'm sorry. The VP was touring Rhine Labs, so the egghead idiots at the board have been going insane. They're forcing every project to produce interim results immediately, or else we're SOL. I'm not coming up with excuses, honey. It's just, listen, I can't do today. I'll make it up to you some other time, I swear. Hello, honey? Are you there? Shit. If only something would just happen. Why won't the offices blow up? Why won't goons rob a bank? Why don't Trimon's stupid city threads just snap in half?
Oh, this guy's gonna be so happy then. He'll be like, oh shoot, I willed it into existence. Time to go home.
Anything.
Night gradually sinks in. The office lights are set for another all-nighter. The shadow caging in this one pitiable researcher. He gives a shudder. He gives a shiver. They say snow's coming in a few weeks. Someone bumps past him out of nowhere.
Okay, my fault for hoping.
Eventually, he shuffles his feet, stepping back into the high rise. Just as he's stifled his urge to stay outside a little longer, an irritating droning noise emits from far off. Catastrophe alarms, sounding with no warning. A PA demanding evacuation echoes throughout the streets. The researcher subconsciously leans to hurry his gait. But suddenly, he notices everyone around him coming to a slow halt, all gazes drawn at once toward the sky. With great skepticism, he lifts his head again.
What the? How was that?
A massive toroid, in sluggish revolution, rises up from behind the building. In the dark, as mechanical devices unfold, the neon of the city the city that glares off the upper surface becomes one with the structure, metal luster shining too brightly for the naked eye. It is so imposingly majestic, so impossibly elegant, that it could only be the stuff of the most beautiful dreams ever dreamt. It pierces through the clouds, and inexplicably, it rises still.
Some kind of ring?
7:13 p.m. HAM HRR mid-flight.
I'm very interested, of course. Extremely interested.
Really? Well, that's swell. If our project can get Ryan's sponsorship.
Take a seat, ma'am. Anything to drink?
Plain water will be fine, Justin, sir.
Please, call me Justin Jr. even. How about some wine? We took the Gaulish Empire, but I thank the troops for leaving us the best vineyards intact. Please.
If you insist, thank you.
Come in.
Director, your office phone has been ringing nonstop.
Tell them I'm busy.
You have some friends of yours looking for you.
Mayor Benjamin, Councilman Chris, Deputy Phil, Commander Colette, who else?
You have Mr. Lewis, the one in charge of Industrial Sec.
Humph.
Well, if I saw that in the middle of the night, I'd be like, oh, look, it's aliens. Ooh, hello. How goes the Arknight grind? Pretty good. I am satisfied so far. And I was good. I did my homework before the stream. Yes, indeed, I did the thing. They say, who might you be, ma'am? Sorry, I'll wait outside.
Don't worry about it. No secrets here. Go ahead.
Right. They appear to be extremely unhappy with the articles you deposited at the Plate 7. They were under the impression that the project was a more ordinary one. Commander Colette went to Mr. Lewis. I'm afraid all Plate 7 monitoring files will be lost by tomorrow. The mayor and councilmen have returned every case we've sent them over the past few years, and declared they'll no longer be seeking your aid for campaigns. The deputy made some very radical statements. I hear he's gotten an emergency arrest warrant for the state prosecutor, and seems to be on the way here now. I've notified defense, but we can't keep them away for long.
And here I swore we got along well enough. How fragile friendship is, wouldn't you say, ma'am?
Justin, sir, I'm only here to ask you to invest. I don't think I should necessarily be in the loop on all this.
Aren't you curious, though? What could Ryan Lab have that scares these elites and bureaucrats and black suits and white gloves so badly that they crawl out of bed in the middle of the night to get to work?
I don't know. A nanodroid that extends your lifespan forever? Or something?
Nice idea. If someone came to me with a prospectus and technical prototype, you know I'd invest.
I am wondering a little. Why'd you call me up, of all people?
Have you ever heard of the stage syndrome, ma'am?
Huh? I have seen it in the files. A rare hereditary condition, I think. Very rare, highly fatal, and extremely stubborn. Sufferers of it aren't usually expected to live beyond 45. and more than likely pass it on to the children. I assume it was the Ryan lab that developed.
Look, no rush to win your potential sponsor over. But yes, fairy tale ending, there's a miracle cure out there for Stage syndrome. And while Ryan Lab had no involvement in the research, it goes without saying that many have reaped the benefits. Pity it arrived a little late is all. Old Justin Sr. died of an organ failure from Stage syndrome 3 days before they finalized the drug. That's a big oof.
If I met someone like Justin Jr. for a job, I would feel like this is sus. Like, sir, this is kind of weird, my dude. Why are you involving me in this? I just met you. Justin Sr.? He must be...
Sure was. And his son, Justin Jr., was informed of the big wide blue after struggling in fear for a decade in charge. And change. That he could live like a normal human thanks to the med. Bam! The nightmare that plagued my family was gone, like it never even existed. Only later did I learn that the key element in the drug popped up when an intern researcher happened to mess up some reagents. That's fate, huh? That's how it goes.
Well, at the very least, you're free of the disease now.
Because of a random dumb mistake? The incapable might call it a twist of fate, and when the curtains are closed, pat themselves on the back for it even. They see it as a gift of chance. But I can't stand it. I won't stand for it. I'll have this phenomenon safe and secure in my own hands. I'll grip it. I'll control it. I'll dictate to it where it goes.
I'd be like, okay, sir, can I leave now? A catastrophe alarm? Why does it have to be now? Justin, sir, we need to evacuate.
Ha, finally. Justin Fitzroy Jr. Well, if it isn't the Supreme Court, you finally got me. What is your pledge? I pledge it will lead Columbia 4th. What guarantees that? Is my participation not enough? Your many friends are dissuading me at this very moment. Then tell me Colombian law shouldn't allow your people continue in their unbridled ways. If a mere fondness for sending out cases of money does unbridled ways make, then what, pray tell, do Kristen's actions come to? Justice. You told me that it's not for the protection of any sanctimonious ethics that Colombian law works. It must be the new brambles for those who make forth. I ask then, what is your verdict? If Columbia's court pales timid and weak, then I should see no reason why it deserves my further tenure. Much obliged.
Was that just a Supreme Court justice calling? What research are Ryan Lab even handling?
Easy, easy. Ryan Lab's no danger to the law. You're with a trustworthy firm.
But...
Ah well, back on topic. About what I've been stashing in the jurisdictional care of my friends. Go pull the curtains, ma'am. You won't want to miss the show tonight.
What is that? How is something that big flying? Is that another Ryan Lab project?
I'll be honest. You're not really a qualified entrepreneur. You're a flip-flopper. Scare easy, not confident enough. Always second-guessing, got a habit of spending too much time on how you word things. To be frank, it's no wonder Trimon's investor circles don't like you. Lucky for you, none of that matters to me. Ryan Lab will buy out your power laboratory in whole. I'll provide you ample funds, and it will be seen to that all is done to support your research endeavors to come. If Lady Luck is on her side, and one day you rise to dictatorship at Ryan Lab, then it's not out of the question that you might get a little section carved out for you. Just as our young Dr. Franks got.
That's... I don't understand. So much has happened today.
Just say yes, because Luck doesn't claim the credit here, for it has been my decision. Where the hand of Justin Jr. reaches, there is random chance no longer, ma'am. I hope the lunatic to succeed.
I understand, Director Justin. Looking forward to working with you.
And welcome to Rhine Lab family. Cheers!
7:25 p.m. HAM HRR mid-flight.
Seems you finally found it, Colonel. Bitch of a process, eh? We weren't anticipating Kristen would have another propulsion unit ready to go for HAM HRR. She hid the whole contraption under the garbage heap, and now she's still the damn thing through Trimount's airspace like she owns it. This is all my fault. No point in taking the blame now, Colonel. Things are all headed for the worst case. HAM HRR is still flying for SHAFT, bound for its upper surface with an ETA of 20 minutes. Based on what the manuals say, it'll be hovering within about 5 clicks of the SHAFT, which gives its maximal odds of taking down any ground targets in the angle of drift. But of course, Arc-01 is in no suitable position to launch attacks or counter enemy positions right now. Our plans never extended beyond demonstrated feasibility within Trimounts. 5 clicks of altitude is something the average aerial unit just can't do. Your considerations are all well comprehensive outside of that blindsiding. We're dispatching specialist drones from the district capable of higher altitudes, but we still need more time. Meanwhile, we have every regular drone allocated Trimounts already on liftoff. They'll interfere with HAM HRR's continued descent as best they can. Effects look to be limited. Seems the military gave this thing some sturdy armor. I thought these mainliner drones were advanced for Columbia as is. Outstanding work! Medals for all the generals, I say. The DoD is a hell of a lot resting on this. No point in taking the blame now, sir. What's important is we get the situation back in your hands.
Like, sheesh. I'm amazed Blake is here. Like, they're just having, like, this conversation. It's like, I'm surprised Mr. VP is not like, so Blake, about what happened earlier today. You know, with the attempts on my life, Mr. Blake?
Into our hands, Colonel. Personally, I understand the pitch the Army is making. Ever since the Boulevard debacle, your people have been mighty eager to get back on the stage. But we're all Colombians, aren't we? Goes with saying, when I enlisted, I pledged my loyalty to Colombia. Kristen still won't contact us, and won't respond to any help from us either. These aren't the actions of an opportunist or kidnapper. But if this is a bluff by the military, we can't say anything for sure. All we can be thankful for is, no matter what she intends to do, the SHAFT is under our control and always has been. She has no way to. Sorry, Mr. Vice President, let me proceed. Colonel, it seems some of your people have some urgent news for you. It's me. I'm with the Vice President. Right. Charging? Haven't we been in total control of the SHAFT the whole time? How could it? Shut down the whole SHAFT down immediately. You can't? What do you mean you can't? How hard can it be to find the goddamn switch or breaker or whatever it is and flip it? Pull out the wires. Kill the power source. Do whatever it takes. I don't care what facilities we damage. What? You're telling me you've done everything you can and the SHAFT has not only failed to shut down, its goddamn energy readings are still climbing.
Dang, SHAFT is powerful.
Bring every ounce of explosives we have to Trimounts. Blow the thing to Kingdom Come. It's already charged, and if you blow it up, the energy dissipation will level the entire city, Colonel. That's what mainliner agents are telling me. You've got a crafty one on your hands, huh? She's out of her goddamn mind. How much does she hate Colombia? What is she up to?
I don't think she hates Colombia. She just wants to go to the sky, Mr. Blake.
Hold on. I can think of one possibility.
The district. It's a district! If HAM HRR's angle deviates far enough, it's probably gonna threaten Max DC. Our beloved president is still situated there, Kristen. She intends to destroy the heart and the brain of Columbia.
I don't think so.
We have to evacuate all personnel in the district immediately. Don't worry, Colonel. The president just told me we're fine. Armed forces in the district are mobilized, and General Barry is taking charge of the defense there. She's promised me she'll protect the president with her life. General Barry? Oh, I guess you didn't hear. She's just been promoted. Carry on with your mission, Colonel. Columbia still needs you in its dire hour. Anything else? No, nothing. I swear, I'm gonna put an end to this insanity, personally. Don't overwork yourself. If you'll excuse me. Will these orders do, Mr. President? I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure about this. Still, I won't question your judgment. I understand. I'll head out at once.
It'll be funny if Mr. President is on Kristen's side too.
You see that? What is it? Is that what the brass is after? Sure is, a high-flying bastard. Where's it heading?
Out of the city. My appearances, an energy accumulation device.
Out of the city? The SHAFT? What did the colonel call those things? Arc 01, HAM, HRR? What the hell is that mad scientist thinking?
What the hell is that mad scientist thinking? Idealism, obsession, curiosity, initiative. It's a trend that scientists are tied to these qualities. Silence will admit, as a scientist herself, as a former Rhine Lab employee, that when she first caught that tremendous megastructure rising to the sky, she felt a faint tug on her heartstrings, and a mortifying sense of pride. This company she once struggled for was had created a wonder of the land, of the sky. She should by all rights bask in it, shouldn't she? Deception, calculation, sacrifice, conspiracy. She quickly comes to realizing what this marvel was built upon. Control. Kristen Wright. As an ordinary researcher, she had never had too much contact with Kristen. Perhaps, at most, a glimpse or two of the Rhine Lab control during wrap-up conferences at the end of the year. She still remembers the look in Kristen's eyes. In her eyes, there was only one thing. Scientists must think about one thing and one thing only, and that is how to accomplish it. A scientist's sole responsibility is to push science to progress. That alone is more than enough to exhaust us. And where is it that progress lies? Wherever Columbia wastes see rain, the vegetation quickly turns to overgrowth. When people hand down decisions from high perches, dictating what plants are of use and what should be disparaged as weeds, it never sits well with me. We need to admit, no matter what, that should not be described as progress. Kristen and those like her, and those who wear the same guise as her, they all lay claim to their vision, their direction, as the way that science's progress should orient. She wouldn't dare say that she understands the secretive, elusive control, but she understands the rest of them, and their respective costs their journeys forward. Who will define progress? Who will watch over it? Hasn't it seen too many sacrifices beneath its heels? Science must progress, of course. I am a researcher myself. I sympathize as such. But we must be aware of the nature of the costs therein. We must be aware that science does not solely serve personal ideals nor obsessions. Ooh!
Is that a drone? Researcher, what are you doing? I don't want trouble with you, and the guys in charge don't need your help anymore, so you ought to. Hey, we're talking to you! The hell is she up to? The key. Your car key.
When did she steal his car key?
She stole one of her cars. Is she insane? Shit, we need to.
Silence! Silence!
Where'd the girl come from? This is a military exclusion zone. The hell are you doing?
Move it! She just beat them up.
Ugh.
Give me your car key too.
Do you know how to drive, young lady?
So she just punched them and is stealing the car now.
Maybe you need me to.
Shut up. I've got this under control. But just to confirm, the left one is the brake, right? I believe in Ifrit. And luckily, it's slow right now, so I get to drink water. Need water. Before throat gets sore. No want throat pain. No throat pain and suffering. And oopsies, I put the wrong person down, my bad. Not just drive like a GTA player, Ifrit is a GTA player, basically what she just did. She just beat up a dude and stole his stuff? As one do, apparently. But dang, this event has so many dudes. Throat getting sore, not gonna lie. But it's okay. I shall live. I just gotta keep on drinking water. And tell myself, you're almost at the end of this section, you're like the halfway point now. Look, it's a thing, and uh-oh, she's about to go down. Or not. It's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. Doo-doo. No worries. Or maybe there's some worries. Actually, no worries. Over here, and then over here. And yeah, doing lower voices or reading in lower, like, tones is kind of... It hurts, not gonna lie. But I can push through the pain as one do. And I'm just lucky I rarely lose my voice. And this is fine so far. I'm just worried that they're gonna get through and destroy someone, but having a healer good. I just gotta place someone down over there. Well, look at Texas doing her best. Boop. Okay. Well, that guy who pressed the thing actually helped destroy his friends. That's kind of funny. Look at them destroying their friends by stepping on the thing. That is hilarious. Like silly dudes. Okay, all good. Wait, what? My thoughts on the masses of... Like, of how foreign they are to a rocket? Well, if I didn't know what a rocket was, I'd just be like, alien! But then again, if they don't know what aliens are either, then not sure. Doctor, we need to leave immediately. I found Kristen's energy source. Things aren't yet irredeemable. The worst case possibility I anticipate has not yet come to pass. We still have a chance to stop her. What's the sarcophagus doing here?
Kristen's plan requires mass amounts of energy, the scale and purity of which are both beyond any modern Terran's grasp, or even their imagination.
So she's exploiting the sarcophagus' tech?
The sheer vastness of the energy is more than a sarcophagus can provide too.
So why is she...
I said, more than a sarcophagus. I hadn't anticipated there being in Colombia, buried right beneath these wastes. Doctor, I need your help. And your help is all I have.
But Rosmontes? I'm worried about Rosmontes.
Combat has concluded. She won't be in danger. I ask you have faith in her. She may still be a child, but she is nevertheless a Rhodes Island elite operator. And I ask you to have faith in the time you spent with her. Whether the operation in Chernobog or her days aboard Rhodes Island, not one past moment has been for naught. And these experiences, likewise, mold her even now.
Kelsey's built different. She's probably from the sky, honestly. She's immortal.
She will make her own choice, and we can only respect that choice. But right now, as it falls to her, so it falls to us too.
7:45 p.m. HAM HRR, now at upper SHAFT.
Bunk. Incredible. I've always wondered how you learned to fight so well, busy with all those research projects. And I thought I made efficient use of my time. Do you never sleep? What are you doing here, Ferdinand? You took the words right out of my mouth, Saria. After forcibly entering a Trimountain military spec ops bureau, what could you possibly be doing? Let me guess, you want to find something to chase after that airborne gizmo. Maybe hijack a heavy-duty armory drone and tie yourself onto it, for example. Or is it that thinking a little too simple, Director Saria? I never took you for the impulsive type. Out of the way, Ferdinand. I have no time to argue with you right now. Would you look at that? How sad. The only three, well, fine. Scientific investigations don't count. The only two directors Control left out of her incredible master plan have just happened to gathered here. What do you want to do? Stop that mad woman? Or save her? I have no need to tell you anything. I assure you, I don't mean to criticize your relationship with Kristen. I was just waiting for you. Listen, Saria, I'm not here to get in your way. I said, out of the way. And I said, listen.
Oh, this image would be good for next thumbnail, actually.
That's the sound of an aircraft. Ferdinand, where's that one from? The Horizon Arc Project isn't just that superwoman Kristen's floating through the air. It's a complete strategic program. I tapped into some connections to borrow an aircraft they used to service, Arc-01, and blew up the rest while I was at it. Let me be clear. Look across all of Colombia and you'll find very few passenger aircraft safely able to fly near barrier altitude. They won't need much time to scramble high-altitude craft from the district. But for you and me, the time is more than enough. So you're proposing a collaboration. You believe that you're seriously qualified for this? There's the same old sorry I know. As though you've had the ability to quell every single problem, even if I wasn't there to help. But I don't have a single shred of doubt about this.
Actually, how long is the next stage? Because I don't want to be bad. I don't want to be too bad. Since I do have a stream at like 6 a.m. But yeah, if you know how long it is, then that'd be good to guess. Because I don't want to be like, I'm sorry, Polka Dude, I gotta cancel on you. I went too hard last night and on my Arknight stream. That'd be just a little bit embarrassing.
In your own words, there is no reason we should clash. HAM HRR has reached the SHAFT's aerial space, and the SHAFT has begun accumulating energy. If we let the situation unfold as is, then no matter what Kristen's up to, this will end with the Department of Defense exposed to the winds of scrutiny. And I'm sure we all know how Rhine Lab, as an accessory to it, will end up.
And whether it be as a clandestine military proxy, or a former director of Rhine Lab, you'll be finished, Ferdinand.
Exactly. But I'm not about to give in. We can still make it in time. We can bring HAM HRR back down again to a safe descent before the energy excitation, and there will be room to pull everything back.
And is it your life you're looking to redeem, or Rhine Lab?
Does it matter?
You have to be franker than that, Ferdinand. You've been ready with this aircraft. You've been anticipating that Kristen could get this far.
Sure, I thought the busy work at Defense had ground all away your researcher's insight. Still, I've been ready for less time than you think.
Do you honestly believe this adventure of yours will rescue anything?
If you didn't think so, then why would you be here? Do you know that what feeling has struck me deeper than anything else lately? I feel like nobody cares about Rhine Lab's reputation. Everyone else is either out to see what researcher funds Rhine can get them, or they're only interested in what Kristen's doing. You may have considered how Kristen leaves the picture, but have you considered what will become of the company afterwards? Yes, I know, you've all been captured by your charm and charisma. With a little soul-searching, I have to wonder if I wasn't too. Of course I was. But Rhine Lab is ours. The blood we shed. I can't accept her setting fire to everything I gave the sweat of my brow for. No matter what reason drives it. So I can swallow being a tusk beast of the military, because I want to pull Rhine back from the brink. Is that so wrong?
I never thought I'd see you telling me this sort of thing.
They're very Director of Defense-like words, aren't they? Frankly, I should be getting a cut of your salary for it.
Yeah, pretty much. Ryan's lab is just Kristen's fan club. I am no longer the Director of Defense.
Fine. Once the dust settles on all this, I'll talk with Jar about getting a raise.
You'll need to be reemployed first.
Still, you're right about one thing. Rescuing Rhine is far from my only aim. I need Rhine, and Rhine needs me. That's my assessment, born of reason and emotion. However, to put it bluntly, I'm curious. This is Kristen we're talking about. We know Kristen. The army wants to think she's out to blow something up, which is stupid. After working with her for so long, we know what kind of woman she is, and of course, you would understand her better than I ever could. Saria, tell me straight. What's going on in that brain of hers? How far is she going to take this?
I can conjecture.
Conjecture. Very cautious terminology. Go on then. Are you conjecturing or not?
Those drones currently on the attack may be unable to pierce HAM HRR's armor for the time being, and cannot reach the altitude of hover. But shooting down this maintenance aircraft of yours would be simple enough for them. My guess is the military in mainland are deploying even greater firepower right now. Specialist drones capable of even higher altitudes, even landing craft to convey troops. Their involvement in that front line is only a matter of time. We need to get your little craft, with near to no armor and not a single weapon installed, straight through a net of drone fire.
It definitely carries a little risk.
I'll pilot.
Shoot yourself. Are you actually able to run this thing, though?
I learned once in college. 7:50 p.m. HAM HRR. Altitude 3,000 meters. Dang though. Oh, a lot of these stages are like an hour then, huh? Depending on how or what time I end for this stage then. It seems like the transmitter response has started growing stronger. It should be right around here.
Still no good. Energy readouts completely blanked. You can't stop it. Not that. The thing's blown past display capacity. There's nothing in the manuals for this. To hell with the manual, I want solutions, damn it! No. The entire facility's energy supply line should be cut by now. Of all of them. This energy. Where the heck is it coming from? So you're telling me this energy is enough to turn us to ash with just one lick, but it's just coming out of thin air? The burden is on you to prove that hypothesis. Shut up and keep giving me solutions, or I'll hurl you straight in here. Let me just give it another once over. Pipelines, switches, energy nodes. Is this son of a bitch gonna explode on us? The manual says, I think in general terms, current accumulated energy is now beyond the structure's theoretical safe capacity. If it explodes, what will happen? What happens? I don't know. Hey, okay. Run me some analysis. If something does go wrong, we'll hit Yorktown. That's not far from here. Yorktown? I'm not sure. Tell me, how big it'll blow, for Pete's sake! I told my brother-in-law that it was a bad idea to pioneer out near Tri-Mounts. It's a city of head cases. I'm calculating now! To hell with this. I'm surrounded by science nuts. Crazy Poindexters. Don't any of you have even a single breaker in your brains every day with your million freaking amazing projects that you never just wonder what happens if you screw up? The minds behind Tri-Mountain science, and you build this giant bomb that activates itself and you literally can't even shut it down. I wasn't on this project. I got temp assigned to work on this by your colonel.
Dang, these two are arguing.
I would have definitely tested this thing a few more times myself. Zip it! I know you people too well. One little teensy-weensy hint of success, and it's like you all go goddamn blind. But wasn't this project led by DOD? Okay, they're all insane. I warned my Meemaw when she said that her folks were coming to pioneer in Colombia. Nation built on goddamn nutcases. Damn it! Are you done calculating? Shit! This won't work. I need to make a call. Why can't I dial out? Energy concentrations are too high. Probably, thus impacting signal transmission. Damn it! God damn it! Is there anywhere with a better signal? Some other corridor?
And Silence is just slowly slinking in. She's like, I just witnessed a scene. That was intense, bro. This has all fallen to chaos. Energy transmission can't be halted. Just what is Kristen trying to do? Transmitter response is still growing stronger. It should be that the transmitter Professor Parvis tuned is all aboard HAM HRR. So why is there such a strong reaction here too? I have to. Is there a passage anywhere? I need to keep heading down. Silence. So you came. You chose this path to move forward. Whenever Parvis recruited for his places, he'd always tell me that the trait he most valued was a researcher's perseverance for progress. No wonder he graded you well.
What? What could be on your mind right now, Kristen?
So, this is our destination in a cave? Kristen, she's kept her secret so very well. So, this is our destination?
For the past while, I investigated several former Trimon's locations surveyed by Rhine Lab, until finally I found this place. And the reality was a little removed from what I imagined.
Kelsey gives the rock face beside her a few knocks.
We're separated from Horizon Arc Project, SHAFT, by only a few hundred meters. I'm afraid Kristen has the way laid out there too. Should you want to go sightseeing?
Kelsey.
Dr. Misaki, I presume you've gathered that there is much more driving Rhodes Island to intervene so actively in the Trimon's affair, beyond simply who and what you've seen.
Who? What? What?
Silence, Ifrit and Saria, Loken and Rosmontes, even the Revenant calling himself the Tin Man. All of them are simply ordinary people, far separated from the truth. With regards to the Rhine Lab commotion and Kristen going out of control, the military and the Mainlander Foundation are like weights once again placed on the scales, trying to preserve the semblance of a civilized nation. But none of that is what matters most, what should concern most. From the very beginning, Kristen has been brushing against something far beyond anyone's imaginations, and with that as a focus, has launched a charge against the sky. I worry her actions will bring unexpected things to bear upon Terra. My intent was to stop her before then, but we were one step too slow. On Terra today, interfering in such things is no longer easy. Civilization is much more expansive than I thought. There will come a day when people step far enough again.
Why not share what you know with anyone else? Isn't Kristen just trying to break through the sky?
Breakthrough. A neurodescriptor, but you still unconsciously believe that the sky is something that should have no limit. To any scholar across the land, all that happens high in the sky is unsolved natural phenomena, just as catastrophe and ocean are. They will puzzle, probe at its inner workings, use their knowledge and philosophies to dissect it all. They will research all the phenomena of the sky, never considering that the sky should not be this way. Countless children have flown for it in their dreams, and they too quickly realize the sky is not something that can be freely soared through. Drones and vehicle altitudes have been rigorously restricted, and the spreading of every foul-based wings is constrained by instinct. This is the state of common sense upon the land. No one has ever questioned the rising of the sun and the setting of the moon, and no one has ever questioned how it is all that all beings come to grow. But Kristen has steadfastly chosen not to believe, just as poets do not believe that dreams are fiction.
You've been pushed to explain to me before. I'm starting to wonder just what's ahead of us. Do I think Kelsey can persuade Kristen to stop? No. Kristen wants to do what Kristen wants to do.
Just promise me one thing, Doctor.
Go on. As if I have a choice.
No matter what it is you find next and think next, do not let it shake you. I am by your side. If you choose to, no, you won't. I trust the you that has accompanied me on Rhodes Island to today, and I trust that you prepared it in your own way. Despite how inescapably scarce our remaining time is. Okay. Wait. Fall back, Doctor. What I just said will take some explaining.
You follow Kelsey's gaze far, to where a dangerous silver glint perches atop the rock. A woman clings to the stalactite wall with nothing but her tail, almost like she's floating in the air, taking in the two of you with great amusement. You feel uneasy. It isn't Hoheok's sudden appearance before you, rather that you realize how Kelsey of prudence comparable to an automated machine, has made a mistake so rudimentary, even to you. Hoheok gently lands beside the two of you. Her mirthful smile draws scratches across your beating heart. Hey girl, you're finally gonna let me summon you?
I thought you were more cautious than that, Rhodes Island physician. But to be fair, I surprised you two managed to find this place. Kristen never even told me its exact location. Kuokoken. Betraying the Mainlander Foundation is tantamount to funeralizing her future in Colombia. What Kristen promised must be far more generous than what Mainlander could give you. You and your clan chose a path of no return, and you're trying to find the source of your race's power from control and Loken's research. I advise you stop. This is not the pursuit of the historical self. It is simply self-destruction. A vast time has elapsed in which the elders have lost their legendary powers, and now compared to the remaining ancient races, have no...
Kelsey's speech is interrupted. Hoheok's tail has quietly pressed against your throat. Hoheok's like, Kelsey, stop monologuing.
Yes, there's a sort of pressure your calm expression and tone of voice wreck. One that makes your database of a brain capable of turning words into weapons. But you know that sometimes, speechcraft just doesn't work. The sarcophagus from Loken and the files Kristen got from who knows where are enough to round off this dream we've had for a long time. A dream filled to bursting with power and might. Look at this now. Look at me. My plumage, my flesh, my tail. Memory tells me how it's all begotten by my blood. A high blood by any other name. The Kuok-Oken blood. I'm very strong, aren't I, Doctor?
Can't deny it. Please loosen your tail when you speak. I can't deny it. Let me summon you, ma'am.
I don't mind your composure one bit. But you see, if I felt like snapping your neck, then it wouldn't take much of an effort to it. I remember it happening just like this before. Without all that fantastical equipment, Kristen's hardly stronger than the average person, and I could have just as easily throttled her. But she downplayed, minimized, rejected power. I don't really like the oddball scientist type, but she made me realize, outside of my lineage, what do I even have? It's cruel irony. The word she says clings to you. She humiliated the calling and the memories I succeeded. I wanted so badly to return the favor. But she seemed so impossible to strike at. The placidity, like she's gotten everything life had to offer. So placid, it makes me envious. Made me want to claw myself apart. It shook me so badly. She won you over? What is it you want? I want to see how she ends, to guess her true intentions, to unearth her legacy, and then I'll snatch away every last little thing that made up her mind when she ridiculed me. Maybe I'll find the answer, just like that, before I return to my longed-for age of the Kuok-Oken's unrivaled dominance. I want to know, in our modern sense, what worth it has. What worth I have. That's what I, Hoheok, want to do. I hope you won't get in the way, Doctor. Dame Kelsey.
I will not get in your way, ma'am.
悪くない戦いだった。
No, siree.
この私です。胸 命の高鳴りを感じたほどだ。
Let's see. I don't think I'll be able to finish Lone Trial for next week in one stream. Yeah, probably not one, like depending on how many sections were there again? Because depending on how many sections there are, and then next week is a holiday, or there is a holiday, so I'm not sure how many days I'm going to be streaming next week, honestly. Just because of the holiday. Because I might want to go out to go shopping as one do. If not, hanging out with family. At least for Thanksgiving dinner, I think. Or maybe it's lunch, I don't know. They don't tell me anything until like the day before. Like, mom and dad will be like, yo, time to go now, 5 minutes before. Like, what? We're leaving now, why did you tell me sooner? It's like, well, too bad, time to go. It's like, thanks. Thanks, parents. Thanks, fam. And now probably 2 streams in to finish this. Luckily, there's a lot of time. I'm glad this event has a lot, like, it's a long event. Just to make life easier. But yeah, it's not really taking holidays though, it's just doing what family wants, really. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that since tomorrow, oh gosh, tomorrow's gonna be intense. I know for, what's it called? The morning collabs usually are like 4 hours, and then in the evening, oh gosh, I want to finish the Dokutah event, which will be maybe another 4 hours. But yo, I got this. Plus, I also have to record something. Yeah, I gotta record it, hopefully by tomorrow. If not, oof, my bad. Because it won't be too bad then. How far am I in the Dokutah event? I did section 5, I believe, last time. Yeah, should be that. Oh, yay. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be intense then. But nah, I believe in myself. It'll be fine. Foo foo foo. Or if anything, maybe on Sunday I can squeeze in another stream. Depending. Depending how I feel in the morning on that day. But with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and epic gacha luck. Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be intense on the throat, but it's okay, I believe in myself. I got this, I just gotta rest for a bit. I will not lose my voice. Not just yet. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.